Welcome. Welcome to JWC Livestream. It's Joe's Writers Club Livestream. It's going to be the thing on Mondays where we do reads. And I'm reading. So we have Nidhogg Chronicles, Crusade of Shadows, by myself, Richard Andrew Olkus. And so today we're going to read chapter 8. If we can find it. Yeah, I know. I should have used the bookmark. I get it. All right. This is chapter 8. Nidhogg Chronicles, Crusade of Shadows by Richard Andrew Olkus. This is chapter 8. Amishati is the name of the chapter. Out of the light came dancing a ravishing beauty, swirling on feet made of emerald nimbus. Her skin tone was a deep, lustrous green. Her large eyes were glamorous, made up with blacks and dark lavenders, radiant in a deep glowing red, like backlit pools of blood. She wore veils of silken cloth and a dress, a mantle, a shawl, and all these whirled as did debris in the path of a violent storm. She jingled loudly with each successive rotation, her smiling face sublime, as though a decorated statue of a goddess came to life by way of powerful magic. This dancing creature of interdimensional marvels was framed by the shadow dancers who, in their own complementary steps, trailed after her every movement. When she laughed in euphoric exhalations, a crowd gave mirthful voice. Bare feet patted delicately under flowery skirts as they rose and fell, the colors shifting, the sounds of metallic jingling, the swishing of fabric sounding like a curtain blown by paradisical winds. Then she stopped her dance and strode up to Nidhogg, taking her face in green hands, long-nailed fingers, the jade skin marked by contrasts of purple tattooing, a language of glyphs whispering devotions to dead gods. The mysterious dancer's voice was chipper and high-pitched, sounding ethereal, her face profound and phantasmal, the eyes focused with an intensity of madness. "Oh, Nidhogg, my beloved Niddy, we are together at last. Now you and I will live as one. We will make them suffer, my sweet angel, my dearest sister of stars and omens. Nothing will part us. We will make James regret his idiot prejudices. The fool. I can call him a fool with no fear of hell because his simplistic humanity led to his doom. He had no idea of just how lucky he had been, fortunate to have mighty Nidhogg for a would-be lover. Nidhogg murmured incoherently, but the red-eyed beauty put two fingers over her mouth, whispering in telepathic speech so that only they could hear. "No, beloved, talk to me like this. Reach in this direction, otherwise Kayla will think you mad. You are not mad, but rather you have never been so sane or perfected as when in my arms. I will guard you. I will see you magnified, because together we can take on the collective. We can give them reasons to disengage. Then the whole of this broken universe will be our playground. The worlds will run through our hands like pearls, gathering in a heap at our bejeweled feet." Nidhogg heard her voice in disembodied telepathy, feeling as if she were flying. Who are you? I know you, but I don't remember your name." Her smile was bright like sunlight through rain clouds as she said, "You may call me Amishati. I am a dancer, but that is not the extent of my powers." Nidhogg asked many questions at once. Being swarmed by the unfolding mysteries confronted her. Amishati laughingly replied, seeming to be a spiritual fountain of overflowing joy, "Your silly paradigm of reductive materialist science would suggest that I am a narco-phantasm resulting from intoxication. This ish target, as you call it. But that explanation is only fit to satisfy a child. How can intoxication be responsible for me talking, dancing, and laughing? This target is what has united us, for certain, but biochemical exchanges are only one side of it. I am bonded to your chakras and will enhance your own PKF. When you saw my aura before, that was my bond to you, your soul. That's what the stellar fungus does. It distorts time and space. It causes dreams to emerge from deep within unconsciousness. From out of zero, I have come, an echo sounding out of a greater age than this. I am yours and you are mine. We shall never be parted." Nidhogg felt her heart racing, sensed a challenge to her equilibrium as she tried to rise from where she sat. She braced herself on the table, hearing the distant clatter of its contents being disturbed. Blood raced through her body, bringing an unfocused boiling into vision and clarity of thought. She felt hands grip her upper arms, then saw Amishati's gorgeous face appear before her own. "No, no, beloved, you must not try and move just yet. I am doing some house cleaning. You mustn't fuss now. Rest and enjoy this new vitality. Your friend Kayla is likewise preoccupied. Best not to upset her. Don't talk to her about me, Nidhi. She won't be able to understand. There are few who can comprehend such things. Best not to frighten them." Amishati spoke to Nidhogg while looking deep into her eyes. The flesh began to turn a sickly brown, as if falling into a time lapse of decay. Then there was nothing left but bone, a triangle skull. A triangle skull, the globe of its cap being bulbous and overlarge compared to that of a human skull. No bone plates could be seen, but rather one solid piece except for the jawbone. It looked black as if composed of obsidian, but Nidhogg knew it was Martian bone matter. The eyes blazed suddenly red. She could hear Mishati's voice speaking in her thoughts just as before. "This is what I am. You made contact with me. Oh, how long I have slept under the red sand. But now I am alive again. I ride you, occupy your space, just like a passenger on a sea voyage sails over waves and through storms." Nidhogg touched the skull with one wavering hand, then saw the green flesh rapidly recompose over the black bone, and withdrew her fingers from Amishati's nose. She giggled girlishly, bringing her own face close to Nidhogg's to boop noses. Her voice was more musical than before, and she spoke while withdrawing away and resuming her dance. "As I benefit from you, you shall likewise benefit from me. I am not a parasite, but a symbiote. We will make beautiful music together, you and I. It is my job to teach you the dance, to see you properly conditioned to face any challenges ahead." Nidhogg started to compose herself and felt clarity return to mind. She remembered Kayla, Mars, the background anxiety of the collective, and what would become of them should they be discovered. Her heartbeat leveled out, her breathing fell back into normalized rhythm, yet she had the presence of mind to speak telepathically so that only Amishati could hear. "So, we are one? We are friends? You know me, it seems, but I don't know you well enough. Do you hide yourself from me, or should I just look deeper?" Amishati continued to work and pivot her hips, gesturing, making picture-perfect mudras with elegant fingers. She spoke an answer with no exertion, despite the wild movements and steps she enacted.
We are more than friends, beloved. Look as deep as you can. If you go too far, I will pull you out.
When Nidhogg looked into Amishati's depths, a great horizon poured forth from her third eye. The surface of Elder Mars wrapped around her perceptions, so that she felt wind and rain, heard vibrant cries of songbirds, and the mewling of great herbivores calling out of extinction. A city of crystal came into view as she turned her head, panning over a golden landscape speckled with thriving industry.
In that great fortress I was reared. They trained me to be a shadow crusader. I underwent deep conditioning and was taught how to tame a man with my charms. None could refuse me. I made Prince Tarmanok kill himself by refusing his bed. He threw himself from the bastion beneath the tall spire. That was when they knew I was dangerous and nearing readiness for induction, when my beauty could kill.
Nidhogg flew hand in hand with Amishati, passing into range of the towers. They climbed into a flower-scented wind, seeing the golden lake sun-splashed beneath, and with the speed of a saucer craft, found themselves hovering above a group of Martians. The dancers danced together, sharing the same routine that Amishati had been dancing only moments before. Green feet slapped on glittering diamond floors, hands tweaked and fingers curled, smiling faces glowed warmly. These beauties cavorted around a giant female who looked to be over 10 foot tall, although it was hard to tell while she sat. Amishati's voice continued above music and weather, turning Nidhogg's attention away from the prancing bodies to the huge form at rest.
That is an incarnation of Moltulpain, the Destroyer. She was our instructor for the Shadow Crusaders. It was said that she came from a world far away and that Mars needed her help. A great cataclysm was fast coming, one that would destroy Mars, but none in life truly believed her, myself included. We did what she instructed out of respect, believing that she was venerable but mad. Even so, our rulers would not have her disrespected. My life was totally devoted to her teachings and did whatsoever she said to do. I killed at her command, loved, hated, and studied whatever subject she instructed me to. Yet in the end, it did no good.
Nidhogg turned away from Moltulpain the Destroyer and looked at Amishati, speaking telepathically in order to demystify things between them.
Deep conditioning? Great cataclysm? What does it all mean?
Amishati said,
It means that just like on your earth, beings came from the stars far, far away, and they brought us order. They also brought their wars and pettiness. Other beings from various dimensional regions also came to Mars, and some of these brought doom. Some others brought great blessing, but it came to nothing. Mars is dead, and they slew her, slew my mother world for a pile of gold. Their sins are such that none can confront the full grief of it without themselves being driven insane. Sadness is terrible, and I can hear the weeping if I tilt my ear to the south. That is why our stars have aligned this way, beloved, because something similar will befall Earth if we do not act to prevent it. We must rise to face the oncoming evil that confronts all decency. If not us, then who? We are able, if not willing. I shall be your weapon against the heavy zero that is mounting in this universe.
Nidhogg felt Mars fade away and sensed her own body waiting for her like a friendly raft on a thaw-flooded river. Things occurred to her, things concerning Mars and Amishati. Amishati was a time-displaced wraith, a telepathic fetish, and ultimately the manifestation of Ishtargit, a sentient narco-phantasm, just as she said, but also so much more. She was the ghost of a shadow crusader, a superhero of Mars's ancient civilization. and apparently trained by a powerful extra-Martian being. It was too good to be true. Amishati was the answer to everything. She would help them to thwart the collective, assist in training their minds, and who knew what else she could provide in the way of wise planning. Nidhogg smiled dubiously at Amishati, speaking with a fading joy that could not fully accept what was going on. What do you want from me, Amishati? What will be the price for all this benevolence and instruction? Amishati drew close to Nidhogg to embrace her tightly, whispering a ticklish sweetness in her tiny hybrid ears.
Only your love, sweet Nidhogg, only your love.
Amishati laughed full-throated and joyously, sounding more like a musical instrument than an expression of flesh. The Martian phantom took Nidhogg to dance, and they whirled in dreamy sublimation to music that only they could hear, moving to steps 1,000,000 years old, resurrected by the Ishtargate into a bright and deathless soul. Together, they would bring the collective to its knees. Together, nothing could stop them. But she couldn't tell Kayla about it. It would have to be a secret she kept. Nidhogg would become a shadow crusader, a defender of Earth, and take her rightful place among the legends. So that was Nidhogg Chronicles, Crusade of Shadows by Richard Andrew Olkus. And that was chapter 8, titled Amishati. Amishati is the name of the narco phantasm that the Ishtargate compound has brought on. Yeah, this book gets pretty wild. I hope you're enjoying so far. Please go to joeswritersclub.com. Check out joeswriters.club, which is our forums, such as they are. Go to our social media, like everywhere else, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And most importantly, head to JWC Livestream on YouTube, Joe's Writers Club Livestream on YouTube. Please like and subscribe and share with any who you think will like our content. Thank you so much for listening. There'll be a link to the book in the chat. Support me as a underground author or whatever you want to call it, especially if you like what you hear. If you're into paranormal fiction and ufology, this book will give you a lot. Gets pretty crazy though. We're going to be having some disclaimers in some chapters coming up because crazy. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you again real soon. Take care. Everyone, please stay creative.